The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parx Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi, and we're up on the Parx Racing 3rd floor studio, here to bring you all the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. We had top racing here at Parx with our 5 rescheduled stakes this week with some truly thrilling finishes, and also Parx horses ran well up at Aqueduct, and the Kentucky Derby Trail begins at Oak Lawn with the Smarty Jones Stakes.
Of course it begins with the Smarty Jones Stakes,
It
Danny.
does.
What else would it begin with?
And the PTHA welcomes a new president and board, and executive director Jeff Maddie's going to join us on the show to talk about that. We have a full show for you today, so we're going to jump right into the horse racing. It was newly turned 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
This race was carded for 2-year-olds,
Right.
but with the cancellation, we moved it to the new year. It was Tuesday's 9th race. It's the Parx Juvenile, $75,000. They're going that 7 furlongs distance. It's a tricky one. Our favorite is the outside horse Recruiter for Cal Lynch.
Yeah, we certainly talked about Recruiter. He'd been in this race before, and now he's back in it again. Gets an outside post, 6-5, undefeated in 3 starts. Cal Lynch, Michael Sanchez looks very good on paper.
And our second choice is 90% Maddie, the #1 horse for Butch Reed. Gets that jockey Paco Lopez. We've seen that partnership quite a bit.
Yeah, Paco Butch Reed partnership in recent months has been just about unbeatable here at Parx.
Here's the call, the Parx Juvenile.
The opening quarter goes in 22-1 as they go down the backstretch. 90% Maddie getting some pressure from Hot Love. Winning Time's going to have to work for it here with his undefeated record on the line. Right to his outside Recruiter, also undefeated, putting some pressure here. Daydreaming Boy beginning to make a rally, and dropping out of it is Hot Love. Hot Love's backing himself right off that pace. On the front end, Recruiter has been asked, and he and Winning Time are going to put on a show. Those two are leaving 90% Maddie behind as they round the turn. Half went in 45-3. Winning Time, Recruiter. One of these horses is going to lose their undefeated record today, and it's Recruiter and Winning Time, those two slugging it out. 90% Maddie's has some fight left in him. He's coming on again, but it is Recruiter on the outside, Winning Time on the inside. Another rally from 90% Maddie, and Recruiter has put his neck in front of Winning Time. Recruiter is drawing away sharply. Winning Time fighting on gamely, switching back to the outside for a re-rally, but it is going to be Recruiter. 90% Maddie really fighting back gamely. He might get back up for second, but it is all Recruiter.
Recruiter gets the win with jockey Michael Sanchez. This is a nice 3-year-old colt by Army Mule. I know they have big plans for this horse.
Yeah, and that's a good horse, undefeated now in 4 starts. I thought Winning Time ran really
Me
well, given a huge effort, got tired late chasing. I thought 90% Maddie ran really well. I mean, I thought he was going nowhere on a turn, and he came back and got second. Very impressive.
Yeah, those top 3 horses are really going to be something to watch. Here's more with our winning connections.
Excellent, awesome. It definitely feels nice, and this is a preparation for hopefully, bigger things for him. We got good, we expect good things about him, so hopefully this is an improvement with 7-8. We'll see how he comes out of the race, and we can go from there.
Is this a potential 2-turn, get into some serious 3-year-old racing here?
He's a lovely horse. He does everything right, just a good way about him, so we just give him a chance to go 5, 8, 6, 7. And hopefully he stretches it. I don't see any reason he won't. He rated today a little bit and stuff, but he did get a little tired here at the end, so we'll see. But they went quick early, so he's entitled to.
Time for the 3-year-old fillies. It's the Parx Futurity. It was Tuesday's 10th race. Also a $75,000 stakes going 7 furlongs, and our favorite is Girl Trouble for Butch Reed.
Yeah, Girl Trouble won in the mud by a bunch, won on the fast track by a bunch, and now I don't know whether this is a mud. So not exactly mud, but not exactly fast.
And Chad Brown ships down here to Parx, the leading trainer last year with stakes wins and earnings, and he sends out Interpolate, a 3-year-old filly by Intimischief.
With my man Kendrick Carmouche. When I looked at this horse, Danny, I'm saying, wait a second, this is by Intimischief. Cost $300,000. What's she doing in Parx? Why isn't she in Florida? So I was kind of liking Butch Reed in this spot.
Big question mark there for you. Here's the call of the Parx Futurity with our track announcer Jessica Paquette.
Alexis' Storm, pressure from Girl Trouble. Girl Trouble puts her neck in front. Interpolate also making up ground with every stride as they round the turn. Interpolate's coming in along outside. Girl Trouble's outside, and those two are opening up some daylight on the rest of the field. Girl Trouble still holding Interpolate at bay. The half went in 46 and 2. There's a quarter mile left to go, and as they hit the top of the stretch, Girl Trouble showing she's the real deal here. Hits the top of the stretch with a commanding lead, and she is drawing off comfortably here. Girl Trouble, no trouble over this wet track. Girl Trouble is splashing home. Paco Lopez looks under her shoulder for competition. There is none to be seen as they look towards the wire. It is Girl Trouble. Here comes a rally from Empress Ariana from off the pace, but it is all Girl Trouble to take the Parx Futurity.
Oh, a big win by Girl Trouble. Really nice, fast filly by Fast Anna. And boy, she exploded.
No question. Wins by 8, wins by 5, wins by 5 again. Yeah, lots of good races in front of her. In New Jersey, maybe next summer at Monmouth Park for the Jersey Bank.
Definitely, and could see leading rider there, Paco Lopez, be aboard. Here's more with the winning trainer, Butch Reed.
But she's not just winning, but winning by big margins. How good is this film?
She's really come a long way since Paco seems to have hooked up with her, and they made a nice combination for about $15,000, I think it was, out of Timonium sales. She's proved to be quite a bargain.
What does Glenn and the group think of this one? They didn't make it today, but what are they thinking?
No, they're excited. They're at home watching the Tom McGrath down in Florida watching, so we got a good crowd, good support crowd with her, and she's really come a long way, and Paco thinks she can go a little further as well, so we'll try and stretch her out from here a little bit.
Some really exciting 3-year-olds on the Parx racing scene, that's for sure. Well, we're going to head into our first break. When we come back, our PTHA Executive Director, Jeff Maddie's going to join us to talk about some changes with the PTHA and more Parx Racing Stakes, so stick around.
Ruby Blue, who has the advantage here. Tough Tickets has moved up into second to the outside. Expensive Cut.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parx Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parx Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parx Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parx Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parx Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Want to get out of the cold this winter? Well, Parx Racing is just the place to keep you warm and toasty. Parx Racing gives you plenty of live horse racing action all winter long. And yes, it's fun to see them run from other racetracks as well, with plenty of simulcast action from all around the country. It's a front row seat to see the top 3-year-olds prep for the Triple Crown from Gulfstream Park, Santa Anita, and more. So put on your snow boots, grab your coat, and head on over to Parx Racing. It's warm and toasty, and always, it's fun to see them run.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing, and really happy to be joined by our PTHA Executive Director, Jeff Maddie. And we had our election this week for our PTHA board and a new president. Tell us about it.
We did. The PTHA, we held our elections every 3 years, so this was an election year. Just like first and foremost, I'd like to thank all the candidates. We had a record turnout in terms of candidates. We had a 3-hour Meet the Candidates session allowing our membership to get to know the candidates. And like I said, from start to finish, every candidate that was nominated did the entire process with professionalism, and I can't thank the the enthusiasm that we have here at the PTHA. I'd like to welcome Robert Hutt, our new PTHA president. Like I said, it's going to be a new board also. We have a few new members. The trainer directors are going to be Scott Lake, John Service. New to the board this year will be Butch Reed. We have Kate DeMasi and Ed Coletti. Then our owner directors will be Jack Armstrong. New to the board will be John Julia and John Finelli. And we have Charles Asensio and myself. But we're looking forward. There's a lot of big tasks ahead, as many of you know, not only locally at Parx, but regionally and even industry-wide. So I think the horsemen, they came out and voted, and the board and the president that was established and put together, we're looking forward to working with. And as always, we'll do what's best for the horsemen day in, day out here at Parx.
Jeff, anybody that spends any time here at the track during the week knows Bob Hutt.
Absolutely.
I mean, he sits at the same table, Uptown Charlie Brown stud. What is he thinking about his job as president? What does he want?
You know, I think it's not much different than when I sat here a year ago. You know, he knows it's not a job, it's a responsibility. And I think with Bob being the owner, being a hands-on owner, a managing director of Uptown Charlie Brown stud, standing a stallion in Pennsylvania, he has the connections to the Pennsylvania breeders. He has the horsemen being in the lounge there daily during race day. So I think it goes along with the theme that we've been working on a lot is the transparency, the communication, being able to represent our horsemen, and the best way we represent them is to get to know them. So my first year I took pride in really getting to know our horsemen, knowing their needs, knowing what they wanted, and I think Bob's just going to be an extension of that more so as our president. I'd like to take this moment to thank Sal DeBunda. Sal was instrumental with the PTHA. Sal was instrumental in racing. There's probably not a racetrack in this country that you could go to and they wouldn't know of Sal or his great stories, his great jokes. He'll be very much missed. He'll always be a friend of the PTHA, always be a personal friend of mine.
Absolutely.
I know he was a founder of this show. So
Absolutely.
we're gonna. I tell everyone we treat this show like the Olympic torch, and we're gonna keep this burning bright for many years to come. And I think that's a testament to all the work that Sal did. Over his time, like I said, over 20 years with one association. You're seeing nowadays with NFL quarterbacks, it's hard to step away. So Sal, I know we're always going to be here for you. We'll continue your legacy. We'll continue the previous board's legacy. But like I said, I could not be happier for the board that we have established under the leadership of Robert Hutt and myself. And let's take the Pennsylvania Derby 2023 and let's go back in the calendar to today, and everything we do will lead up to hopefully, like I said last year, the greatest day in Pennsylvania racing. I think we surpassed it this year, so 2023 even more so.
Yeah, all the best to Bob and obviously all the board members, and a special thanks to Sal from all of us at the show. And I mean, look, he's a friend. He's done a great job. Everybody knows he was here at the beginning when the slot still was passed.
Smarty Jones, and he
was here for all of it.
We're probably not in the position we are today without the leadership of Sal DeBunda, without Mike Bolezzi.
Yep.
This association was fortunate. I don't know if there's another horsemen's group in the country that could go their whole duration with having just one of those guys.
Right.
It's such an impact. We had two.
Yeah.
So we had, the Shaq and Kobe. We had them for so long that I think maybe we didn't quite realize it until now. We take this next step forward under the leadership of Bob, myself, and our crew, and it's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, it's a new day for the PTHA, and I just want to thank our candidates. I would like to thank our horsemen. I'd like to thank our PTHA staff, and even you and Bruce. It's a team effort all around, and we couldn't be more excited. And I was just excited the other day for 2023 as I was for 2022. Nice. So the excitement's up, the communication's there, and onward and upward with the PTHA.
And also thanks to two of our outgoing directors, Phil Aristone and Dr. Steve Appel.
Again,
have done a great job on the board for all those years.
They've been on the board for many years. Phil's an icon, on the backstretch.
No doubt about it. Both in the Hall of Fame here.
Exactly, two Hall of Famers. Many of our younger horsemen, they reach out to Phil for questions. Phil's seen it all in his day. So Phil, he's not going anywhere. We'll still see Phil in the entry box, and Steve Appel coming up a couple big wins recently. So we'll see Steve in the winner's circle. But like I said, Sal, Steve, Phil, they'll continue to ever be friends of the PTHA and everyone here on this show and our staff.
Absolutely. And thank you. It's been a year for you, and you're
Jeff.
back on the PTHA board, so we want to thank you for that. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we're going to get back to racing here at Parx. It's Wednesday. It's the Blitzen Handicap at $75,000. It was the 8th race for horses sprinting 6 furlongs. And our favorite is the Big Bay Twisted Ride, the Pennsylvania bred for trainer Mike Moore.
Yeah, it was interesting. We saw this horse run a tremendous race against Repo Rocks not that long ago, and Repo Rocks is back again for Jamie Ness and Andrew Wolfson.
Yeah, there's 2 second choice there, Repo Rocks, and of course Smooth B, the really cool 8-year-old.
He is cool. And yeah, he just does nothing but run good races, Smooth B.
He's got the best forelock in the game. Here's the call to Blitzen.
It is 5 Dreams, Smooth B, and 3rd is Twisted Ride. Repo Rocks has moved up to 4th. On the outside, Wendell Fog in 5th, and it's back to No Sense. And trailing the field is Yodel Eahu. As they go round the turn, 5 Dreams maintains his advantage. Here comes Repo Rocks with a quarter mile left to go. They hit the top of the stretch, and it is 5 Dreams trying to take those orange blinkers all the way. 5 Dreams to the outside. It is Repo Rocks, Smooth B fighting back on the rail, and it is on the front end. 5 Dreams. Here comes Repo Rocks coming down the center of the track. Repo Rocks trying to collar 5 Dreams, who's been wheeling along on the front end, but it is Repo Rocks, 5 Dreams, Repo Rocks gaining with every stride. 5 Dreams fighting back gamely. Repo Rocks puts his nose in front. Repo Rocks 2 stakes wins in a row.
Jockey Andrew Wolfson gets another win on Repo Rocks. He's got that really good rapport with him, and it was a close finish, though.
It was a really close finish. You could see Repo Rocks is probably going to get there, but you were never quite sure he got there.
Here's more with our winning connections. Andrew, you've got a great rapport with Repo Rocks. You got to ride him in New York. You got to ride him and win a stakes victory, another today. Talk about the partnership with the horse.
He's really difficult to ride, actually. He just wants to go, even in the mornings. And, in the race, it just helps me out that he breaks just a step slow. But today we were fortunate enough that he broke just a little bit sharper. Jamie warned me ahead of time in the paddock that he was a little bit sharper going into this race, which I was thankful for because I knew speed was what mattered most in a race like today on the slop. So, we broke well enough to sit close. And I'd work a little bit on him just because I don't think slop is his preferred condition. So that's not the last you've seen him. I think he's going to run even better in the future.
It's time for the Kris Kringle, going 1 mile and 70 yards, $75,000 purse. And our favorite is the #1 American Patrol.
Came here with a gigantic race back on the 7th of November, Danny, and allowance, won by many lengths and got a 97 buyer favorite.
I'm sure you missed Butch. I certainly did. He has our second choice here, Riding with Biden.
Yeah, Riding with Biden just had a great year. I mean, this horse just does nothing but win. Won on Pennsylvania Derby Day and the Greenwood Cup and does nothing but fire race after race.
Big, handsome son of Constitution. Here's the call to Kris Kringle.
As they go into the first turn, it is Ruby Blue who emerges with the lead. American Patrol tracking in second to the outside. Expensive Cut. Coming up between horses is Tough Tickets, swinging to the outside, Riding with Biden to secure his position. Then it's 2 lengths back to New Commission and a ways back to A Matter of Time. The opening quarter went in 23-1. It is a line of 5 horses across the track, but it is Ruby Blue who has the advantage here. Tough Tickets has moved up into second to the outside. Expensive Cut out in the 4-path, Riding with Biden, biding his time. American Patrol back into 5th, followed by New Commission. That's a ways back to A Matter of Time. Half mile left to go, and it is still Ruby Blue hanging tough here. Tough Tickets putting some pressure on him. Here comes Riding with Biden. Riding with Biden's being asked to move, and he is responding. Tough Tickets has come away with the lead here. The half went in 47 flat. Tough Tickets, Ruby Blue probably done for now, backing off of that. Here comes Riding with Biden as they go through the turn. A Matter of Time beginning to pick up some speed from the back of the pack. He has moved up into 4th, and he is making up ground with every stride here. As they turn for home, there's a quarter mile left to go at the top of the stretch. Tough Tickets bracing for the challenge of Riding with Biden, but here comes Riding with Biden. Riding with Biden draws alongside Tough Tickets and rolls right on by. Riding with Biden puts away Tough Tickets, now has to hold off A Matter of Time. Here comes A Matter of Time flying with every stride. Riding with Biden trying to hold on. Riding with Biden gamely puts his ears back and fights back. Here comes A Matter of Time. Riding with Biden, A Matter of Time. Those two at the wire. It is a close photo.
It was a close finish, but Riding with Biden gets the win over A Matter of Time, who ran a great race for second. But Riding with Biden knows how to win.
Yeah, he does know how to win, and A Matter of Time did run a winning race. Just happened to Riding with Biden. The wire came at exactly the right moment and wins again for that Butch Reed, Cash is King, LC Racing, Paco Lopez connection.
Well, we caught up with the winning connections, Butch Reed and owner Chuck Zachney of Cash is King.
Had a little bit of a rough trip, I guess, from the post position. There was a lot of speed in here, but Paco kept him clear, kept him a little wide on both turns, so he had the longest trip, but he was game and he held on barely at the end.
Talk about your year. You had a huge year, a breakout year, stakes wins, most earnings. How does that feel?
That just feels great, and it's just a testament to my help and the owners for sure. You know, it's a great team effort. Everybody did a great job and allowed me to run the horses in the right spots and all those kind of things. That a lot's got to come together to have a year like that.
What a day! What a great race. A little nervous coming in. We thought he would run well. Got the lead, tired a little bit. Paco kept looking over his shoulder and knew where the wire was, and he got up by nose. Thrilled to death. Love this horse. Keeps getting better, and let's see where we go next.
Well, you've certainly been in the game a long time, but races like that keep it exciting, keep you interested.
Oh, certainly do. Paco won a couple weeks ago up in New York, Eloquist by a nose. So he certainly knows how to get to the wire, and I've been saying now for a couple of months, we picked him up right around PA Derby Day, September 24th, and he's really been a nice difference maker for us. And we had a great couple months, and a lot of it was because of the job that Butch does, but also the riding that Paco does. So really a team effort. I'm thrilled with everything.
Well, it's all about the girls here and the Mrs. Claus. They're going to go 7 furlongs. It was Wednesday's 10th race, another $75,000 stakes for our fillies and mares and our #1 horse is the favorite, Center Court Champ.
Yeah, Center Court Champ, Danny. I remember when you picked him in the last time. It was one of our races of the day. It just got that dream trip from the outside post. Now goes from outside to inside, which is a little tricky here sometimes at Parx.
And trainer Jonathan Wong used to be stabled here at Parx, makes his return, coming in from Churchill Downs with My Kentucky Girl.
Yeah, Jonathan Wong is a well-known national trainer, over 200 wins this year, mostly in Northern California these days, but he's now all over the place, and it's nice to see him here at Parx.
It certainly is. Here's the call to Mrs. Claus.
On the front end, Empire House, Center Court Champ. Pistol is blazing right on their heels. To her outside is Deco Strong. Then it's back to the gray. Trolley Ride in on the rail is By the Best. Beginning to move from the back of the pack, JD's Vista. My Kentucky Girl in on the rail, and Moma Tiger back towards the back. As they round the turn, it is still Empire House on the front end. Pressure to her inside from Center Court Champ. Pressure from the outside from Pistol is Ablazing. And here comes the gray. Trolley Ride picking up some steam as they round the turn. There's a quarter mile left to go. The half went in 46 flat, 46 and 1 as they hit the top of the stretch. Center Court Champ coming up the rail on the inside, on the outside. Empire House on the outside. Here comes Trolley Ride and making up some ground. By the Best, rapidly flying up the center of the track. Pistol is Ablazing, trying to get engaged. Empire House, Center Court Champ. Those two neck and neck down to the wire. Empire House has the advantage. Here comes By the Best, but it is Empire House. Empire House splashes home to take the Mrs. Claus.
And trainer Jonathan Wong, his other entry, Empire House, gets the win with Ruben Silvera, who was our leading rider last year.
Was most recently on a graded stake in Kentucky, showed some speed, obviously a significant drop in class here, and was really good in this race.
Yeah, we talked to our trainer, Jonathan Wong, a little bit more about his mare. It's kind of a homecoming for you. Empire House, a mare you brought in who's very well traveled, gets the win.
Yeah, she ran awesome. I mean, Ruben rode her perfect. The track's been favoring speed today, so he's like, hey, I think we should be on the leader right off. I said, all right, whatever you think, I trust you.
It's really cool. You've had a warm reception. You were stabled here at Parx for a while. What's it feel like to win a race here again?
Awesome. I mean, it's awesome. I like Parx. It's a beautiful place. Pennsylvania's awesome. I used to love living here, so I mean, it was a nice homecoming, you can say.
And you've been training Empire House out at Churchill Downs. She had some nice works for Tommytown Thoroughbreds. Talk about the mare.
Yeah, I mean, that filly, she's really turned it around this summer. Ever since she got back to the dirt and sprinting, she's completely turned it around. I mean, she won no part of the synthetic. Last time at Churchill, we ran her. It was a tougher race, and she bled some. So here she was able to run on Lasix, and I mean, I think it made a world of difference. She completely turned it around today. Really
had fun here with the 5 great stakes races we had. We had a good crowd on hand, and they got to see some exciting races.
Yeah, it's the second year we've done that. Last year, obviously, came right after Christmas. That was the plan. This year, the plan was interrupted by the weather, but the races were still really good.
Well, we got some unseasonably warm weather, and it was certainly enjoyed by all. Well, we're going to head to another break. When we come back, we have our race recap, jockey and trainer of the week, and Dick and I are going to preview our race, so stick around.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parx Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program here at Parx. And Jockey of the Week, congratulations, Frankie Pennington. He had a really good first week in the year.
Yeah, I don't have a recap of all of our Jockeys of the Week, Danny, but if I did, I think he might hold the record. Frankie's certainly one of the all-time greats here at Parx.
I was teasing him all week because all of his wins came with fillies and mares, so I was teasing him that he has a thing with the girls and that Jen might be a little jealous. She liked that. Well, our Trainer of the Week, congratulations, Ron Abrams. He had a couple of big wins with Acker and Strong Breeze, and the Abrams barn is shaking.
Yeah, good for Ron. And look, Ron has been a fixture around here for quite a long time. Good to have a couple W's.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into a race recap, and we are back on the Kentucky Derby Trail. Can't believe we're already here, but it starts at Oaklawn Park in the famous Smarty Jones Stakes. It's 1 mile for newly turned 3-year-olds, $250,000. Keep an eye on the number 8 Victory Formation because he goes out there.
Yeah, it was New Year's Day in Hot Springs. Victory Formation loosened the lead, and anybody that knows football knows what that's all about. That's when the quarterback takes a knee when the race is over. Victory Formation, and he crushed this field. 1 by 3, 91 buyer. Brad Cox has all kinds of live 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
This might be his best.
Yeah, nice on a taproot with jockey Flavian Pratt, so that horse is definitely going somewhere. Well, let's get to New York. We're up at Naira. It's Aqueduct. It's the $135,000 Gravesend Stakes, 6 furlongs. All the Parx horse scratches for the most part because they were running in the race here, but there was another Parx horse in that race.
Little Vic was in it, and he was rolling, and he looked like he's got to win the race. But Danny, here he comes, the Gray Flash, drafted from nowhere. Is he going to get up? Yes, he is, and deny Little Vic and Parx a win in the Gravesend.
And it's really cool to see a former Parx jockey, Louis Castro Rodriguez, get the women drafted. They have this awesome rapport, and drafted really responds well to him.
He's such a cool horse. He's an 8-year-old. This is his 10th lifetime win, and he runs the same way every time. From the back.
It is time for Eye on Racing. The Jerome Stakes is at Aqueduct today.
Yeah, first of big 3-year-old stakes at Aqueduct, and we're going to see some of these horses from Parx. I don't know about the Jerome, but the Gotham, some of these other races as we get further along in the New York, and we'll see how they do.
Yeah, they have California bred rakes at Santa Anita today, but on Sunday it's the Grade 3 Sham. That's another classic.
Yeah, that's the first big 3-year-old race in Southern California where the Derby winners almost always come from.
It's coming together, the Kentucky Derby Trail. I'm getting excited. Well, it's time for us to head to our final break, but stick around. We'll be right back after this break.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry provides health care and pensions for thousands of workers who in turn spend their income supporting local communities? And we do it with 0 tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. This is News and Notes, and Dick and I are going to preview Monday's 10th race, an allowance optional claiming race, $35,000 if you want to go in for the claiming tag, going a mile. Who do you like?
I like 90% Bren, Butch Reed, LC Racing. Look, it's kind of a cheat code. I mean, if you start picking these guys, you're going to win most of the time. I'm picking them 90% Bren.
I'm going with Jamie Ness, the number 3 Carol Girl. I was so impressed with her in her maiden performance here at Parx. She made this beautiful sweeping move. She's been improving ever since. I'm even liking the odds 4-1 because you don't get that on Jamie Ness.
And you're probably not going to get it either. Jamie Ness and Ruben Silvera. Can I please get 4-1? I'll get off my pick and get on yours if that happens.
Oh, and sometimes good things come to an end. And Daniela Hampshire is retiring from Parx Racing. She's been recently the horse ID. She started out as a jockey. She's married to Joe Hampshire, a jockey agent. She's been on the racetrack here since 2000. She's one of our family. We are certainly going to miss her in her retirement. And happy trails, girlfriend. Enjoy your horses, and thank you for all your service, truly.
Absolutely. Love all the Hampshires.
Oh, we certainly do. Well, lots of good racing still coming here at Parx. Come hang with us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 11:55. You certainly will not be disappointed. But thank you for watching Dick and I this week. We certainly enjoyed it. We'll see you next week.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away. And Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parx Pennsylvania Derby.